Ten Network. Game one of our quadruple header features the first seed, the Michigan Wolverines, against the Ohio State Buckeyes here in Chicago. The bracket, all top 8 seeds moving forward. We open up with Ohio State, Michigan, Wisconsin, and Illinois. Is game 2, Purdue and Nebraska. Game 3, then UCLA and Michigan State is the nightcap. All coming your way on the Big Ten Network today. Hi again, everybody. Welcome courtside with Don McClain and Rick Pizzo. Man on the sidelines, Jeff Levering with you. Thanks so much for being with us. What a great day of hoops it was yesterday. Today will be even better.
Big boy stuff today, Jeff. All top 8 seeds are playing. The building's going to be electric. Let's get this thing going. How
about we start with number 1 Michigan? They have done so many good things over the course of this season. Just an unreal run that the Wolverines
You
are
win
on.
this league by 4 games, you are dominant. But they've been so dominant that Coach Dusty May felt like they lost their edge a little bit coming down the home stretch. Had their best week of practice leading up to this. Bad sign for Ohio State in the rest of this tournament.
Time for our starting lineups. Let's send it over to our public address announcer, Gene Honda.
Good morning and welcome to Game 11 of the 2026 TIAA Big Ten Men's Basketball Tournament. Today's game features the number 8 Ohio State Buckeyes versus the number 1 Michigan Wolverines. It's now time for today's TIAA Lock in the Wind starting lineups. At forward for Ohio State, a 6'8" freshman from Omaha, Nebraska, number 1, Amari Bynum. At forward for Michigan, a 6'9" sophomore from Riverdale, Illinois, number 21, Morez Johnson Jr. At forward for Ohio State, a 6'6" junior from Pickerington, Ohio, number 21, Devin Royal. At forward for Michigan, a 6'9" graduate student from Pennsauken, New Jersey, number 23, Yaxel Lendemore. At center for Ohio State, a 7-foot senior from Berlin, Germany, number 13, Christoph Telly. At center for Michigan, a 7'3" junior from Zaragoza, Spain, number 15, Adai Mara. At guard for Ohio State, a 6'2" sophomore from Reynoldsburg, Ohio, number 0, John Mobley Jr. At guard for Michigan, a 6'1" junior from West Orange, New Jersey, number 3, Elliot Cadeau. At guard for Ohio State, a 6'2" senior from Fairburn, Georgia, number 2, Bruce Thornton. And at guard for Michigan, a 6'5" graduate student from Chicago, Illinois, number 4, Damari Burnett. The head coach of Ohio State is Jake Dabler. And the head coach for Michigan is Dusty May.
You heard the starting lineups from Gene Honda. How about you see him in person? They're brought to you by Ram Trucks. Nothing stops Ram. The size and speed of Michigan going to be a big test for the Ohio State Buckeyes today. It's 1 versus 8. And for more on the sidelines, let's check in with Rick Pizzo.
Jeff, you may recall, Ohio State fans certainly do, Yaxel Lendeborg's post-game comments 6 weeks ago after Michigan beat Ohio State by 21 in Columbus. Quote, "They don't belong in the same conversation as us." End quote. I asked Ohio State head coach Jake Dabler about those comments. He understands his players are probably talking about them, but he told me there's no bulletin board material. Dabler saying if he and the staff need that information to motivate the team at this point in the year against this opponent, they're doing the wrong things. Dabler did say, despite being on the younger end of the spectrum of head coaches, he's an old school guy and actually loves the trash talk. In fact, he said his team needs to have the same attitude today if they hope to beat Michigan, believing that they are the team on this court with no true equal.
Yeah, Rick, I'll tell you what, that was right on top line of the whiteboard, what Lendeborg said. Coaches use that stuff, they do, man, but this is going to be a chore for Ohio State. Coming back, played yesterday, obviously. Went down to the wire. Michigan's been resting. I mentioned the great week of practice they had leading up to this. Can Ohio State rebound with Michigan? That's the biggest key to this game.
Michigan sweeping the series during the regular season. No love lost between these two programs.
No.
We don't have to talk about that. Most of that's on the gridiron, but it certainly carries over to the hardwood too as Michigan wins the toss. And this high-powered offense, 5th most points per game in the country, goes to work.
They play so fast and they're so efficient. The 51% shooting from the field, they're tough to deal with. Whether they go big with the starting lineup and as the game moves on, they go smaller. Doesn't matter. They're an efficient offense no matter who's on the court.
Get it down low to Johnson. That's a mismatch they'll take advantage of all day long.
Well, that's the thing. If Dusty May and Michigan's going to rotate post-up guys, Perez Johnson, Lindeborg, Mara, are you going to double all those guys? So hard to rotate out of doubles when you have that many guys.
And a turnover on the first possession, slipped out of the hands of Devin Royal.
About the jump Elliot Cadeau's made this year. Starting point guard.
Nice.
It'll be interesting to see with Perez Johnson again, with the absence of L.J. Case and how they handle that. In the backup minutes, Cadeau, you don't want him playing 35 minutes a game, probably, if you don't have to. We'll see Lindeborg on the ball a little bit more for Michigan, and Trey McKinney on the ball a little bit more for this Michigan team.
3-ball by Tilly, that's short. Rebound corralled by Mara.
Michigan always looking ahead in transition.
And there's a 3. Couldn't have started any better for the Wolverines.
Throwing it ahead is so much more efficient because it's faster than with the dribble. Attack defenses that aren't set yet. Michigan's so good at that.
7-0 run to start this game. Burnett knocking down the 39% three-point shooter on the year.
When you talk about Lindeborg and his NBA prospects, what he's done this year in taking on the other team's best guard, like Wadler, now he's on Thornton.
Thornton puts it down on the deck, and finally Ohio State in the score column.
So showing Lindeborg is that he can guard multiple positions, which is a big deal for a guy at his size in the NBA. He's done a great job on the defensive end.
Lindeborg has not had the ball much. That'll change.
Well, it just shows how dominant he can be when you don't average 15 points a game and you're the Big Ten Player of the Year.
It's the 3rd fewest points for a Big Ten Player of the Year. Only Mateen Cleaves and Deep Brown averaged less as Tilly dumps it off to Royal.
Good look for Royal, just didn't get it to go down.
Lindeborg and a blocking foul on Bynum. Ball moving so quickly, and for Dusty May, he wants this thing popping.
You got to get it out. Again, the pass is faster than the dribble. Ohio State not set, not matched up. Burnett knocks down the 3.
Dusty May, the Big Ten Coach of the Year, thanks to the media. Fred Hoiberg taking down the coaches poll, but year number 2, Dusty May has turned this program into an absolute juggernaut again.
And you know what, Jeff? I'm fine with either one. Fred Hoiberg, where they were picked preseason, blowing away expectations, Nebraska. But again, I said it earlier, if you win this league by 4 games, how can you not be Coach of the Year?
Miss at the line from Lindeborg. 83% free throw shooter. I mean, historic stuff. We can wax all day on what a year Michigan has had. 29-2, 19-1 in the conference. For Yaxel Lindeborg, the Player of the Year in the Big Ten Conference. And under 15 points, but he is okay with that. He doesn't need to score 20 a game. No, the team's winning.
Speaking of that, Jeff, getting ready for this game yesterday, I mean, you look at their game notes. I mean, we literally could spend the next 2 hours going over all the accolades and awards and records and first time this has happened, all that stuff.
Mobley dumps it off. Royal for 3. Got it.
That's what they're going to need. Wisconsin beat Michigan. They made 15 threes. You're not going to beat them trying to pound it inside and get 2 feet in the paint. You are going to have to make more 3-pointers than you're used to making if you're going to knock off this Michigan team.
Johnson isolated. Johnson going to work. Johnson had it knocked away by Yagovin.
Michigan obviously trying to establish Perez Johnson down low.
Gets another crack at it. Makes this one.
Because you got to stay attached to shooters on the perimeter. That leaves Merez, who moves so well without it, in action, short roll, rolls all the way to the rim, because guys can shoot from the perimeter.
6 already from Merez Johnson. Deep three by Mobley. Bynum keeps it alive for the Buckeyes.
One guy Dusty May was concerned with is Bynum. He's really come on. We talked about him yesterday. He can do that. Misses that one, but physical, athletic player who's only gotten better and better as the year's gone on.
Roddy Gale getting downhill. Misses the shot. Former Buckeye. 10-5 Michigan. In the Windy City, living up to it today. First of 4 on the Big Ten Network. Basketball on the Big Ten Network is brought to you by TIAA. Game winner from Evan Turner, half court. Ohio State taking down Michigan back in the 2010 quarterfinal. Evan Turner is going to be doing radio this afternoon for the second 2 games of our quadruple header. Can Ohio State pull off the upset? They have dominated this matchup in the Big Ten tournament. Only loss coming in 2014. But this group of Wolverines, a different animal.
Yeah, but speaking of Ohio State, Mike DeCourcy moved them up a seed line. They're now a 9 seed as of this morning. But they have some real momentum. They've won 4 in a row. Good win yesterday against a very good Iowa team. And so whether or not they win this game, you want to just feel good about heading into the NCAA tournament with what you've done the last couple weeks here.
Just continue to get better and better and better. We talked about it yesterday, Don. The win, I should say the loss against Iowa, really turned this program around. Looked each other in the eyes and said, okay, where do we go from here? We flush this game and move on. Down low to Royal and knocked away by Lindeboy.
It's hard to enter the post from the top. The ball's in the air too long. Easy deflection for Michigan.
McKinney fires away from 3 and knocks it through.
I said earlier about his role changing a little bit. Going to have more responsibility and a bigger role with Kaysen going out. I think he's up for the challenge. He's had a really good freshman year for Michigan.
Averaging nearly 10 a game. 6'4" out of Flint, Michigan. Mobley, clearance for 3. No good. Off to a tough start. 1 for 5 from distance for Ohio State.
And again, that's a good, clean look for Mobley. They have to knock those in if they're going to knock them in. And that's what I was talking about, down to or up or down, however you look at it, to a 9 seed. And I think even if they don't win this game, they will stay a 9 seed heading into Selection Sunday.
How big of a difference is it from a 9 seed to a 10 seed in that tournament?
You can look at it 2 ways. The 8-9 game obviously is more difficult than the 10-7. Or the 10-7 is more difficult, but if you're in the 8-9 game, guess who you get if you win? The 1 seed.
Yeah.
Just like Iowa, Ohio State yesterday.
Right.
Congratulations on the win. You get Michigan tomorrow.
Exactly. Well, Bynum just picked up his 2nd foul. That's a huge deal. And checking in is going to be Brandon Knoll. He hasn't seen the floor since the beginning of January.
Great to see him back, and they need him especially today.
Try and limit his minutes, of course, but just to get him some game action before the tournament starts.
You know, it's funny when you think about Michigan and you look at their numbers, you think of a team flying up and down, launching threes and all that, but really they try and establish the paint early and then play out of it. Their threes come from paint touches or post entries. And you can see early on, Merez Johnson, they tried to get going down there. I'm sure they'll get Mara down there.
Will Cheddar checks in for Michigan, giving Cadeau a blow. So Gale, McKinney, Lindeboard, Mara, and Cheddar on the floor for Michigan. Tilly driving. Tilly will go to the line. Cheddar fouled him.
Sorry, remember Tilly flipped the game yesterday against Iowa. Ohio State came out, wasn't making anything from the perimeter like today. The difference is you can attack Iowa inside. It's hard to attack Michigan inside.
For Tilly, most of his damage yesterday was done at the free throw line with 6 of 9 from the stripe.
But then it flipped. Thornton and Mobley got going in the second half.
Check in with Rick Pizzo more on Brandon Knoll.
First time Noel has touched the floor in some 2 months, only 4 games of Big Ten action. Ohio State was debating whether to use him and or Puff Johnson today. Both guys are dressed, both guys are fully available, but the staff had been feeling like this team was actually playing better with a shorter rotation, so they were opting to keep both Noel and Johnson on the bench. That being said, I was told they want to get Noel specifically some run before the NCAA tournament, so this insertion is not just about this game, but also about giving him some minutes now that the Buckeyes feel better about their fate in the NCAAs.
Big-time transfer from Wright State, Brandon Noel.
It's interesting about the shorter rotation. Sometimes guys, when they're on the floor more, do their role better. So it'll be interesting to see how much burn Noel gets today. And looking ahead to the NCAA tournament, if Jake Diebler does in fact expand that rotation at all.
He's on the floor now. See how many minutes he plays in this game.
It's all hands on deck against Michigan, especially if you're big like Noel is.
Jake Diebler is talking about this is the healthiest his team has been in all year.
Yeah, and you know what that helps? Practices.
It's an 8-point lead right now for Michigan. Cups on the floor for the Buckeyes. Paint touchdown to Royal.
The versatility of Michigan defensively is Royal knocks that one and is like Morez Johnson was just switched on to Cups. And so their versatility, and if you can switch everything, Mara doesn't switch, but if you switch 1 through 4, it's hard to score against.
Gale on Thornton. His former teammates. Gale to Mara. Knocked away. Bodies on the ground. And a held ball. It'll be Ohio State basketball.
We talked about Bruce Thornton's base yesterday and how strong he is with that lower half. Gale trying to back him down. It's hard when you have that low center of gravity. Doesn't matter how tall you are. You can stand guys up like Thornton did that time.
Think about those guys going toe-to-toe in practice every day for a couple of years in Columbus. Guarding each other here in the Big Ten Tournament.
The really good start Michigan had, it's only a 2-possession game, so Ohio State has stabilized this game, but I still say they are going to have to make some threes if they're going to win this game.
Royal, short. Thornton keeps it alive. Back into Royal from the elbow.
Tough shot.
Noel runs it down, a third opportunity.
Try and shoot that free throw line jumper from static, not in rhythm. You're stationary. It's a really hard shot.
Noel with a mismatch. Noel missed a shot.
Sped up a little bit, which you understand hasn't played since early January.
Kick it back out to Johnson. Now Cadeau. Cadeau lays it up and hit off the front of the rim.
Hit the rim first. Morez Johnson couldn't get it.
Thornton driving and hits the floater.
You know he's going to come to play today. And what I like about Thornton, he's 20 a night, but doesn't force it. He let the game come to him. We saw it yesterday. Wasn't forcing stuff because he wasn't getting a lot of looks in the first half, and then exploded in the second half.
McKinney launches another three and buries it. His second one of the game.
38% from 3 as a freshman. What do you think he's going to be shooting by his junior year from 3? A lot of times freshmen getting used to that deeper college line don't usually shoot 38%.
Tilly couldn't match. McKinney going the other way.
I feel like that high school line now, how the game's played, how guys practice and work out. They need to make the high school line the college line. McKinney goes back toward that time.
That was a big league move right there from a freshman against a senior. Nice move by Tilly. Couldn't get the roll, but he will go to the line and shoot a couple. It's a 9-point game. Michigan and Ohio State. The maize and blue. And the scarlet gray. Nine-point lead for the first seed Michigan. Let's check in with Rick Pizzo moments ago with Dusty May.
Dusty, seemed like a pretty intentional emphasis early to establish yourselves down low. How much do you want to play inside out?
Well, we're going to take what the game gives us. We had a couple matchups, and our guys were very patient, hunting those and trying to leverage it for shots or the post-up.
Appreciate your time, Coach.
Thank you.
Construction, you feel like there's a mismatch on every possession somewhere. And that's why Dusty said be patient, wait for it to happen, and then attack. And because Michigan's so big, the mismatch is usually down low. So they've taken advantage of that early. Merez Johnson, 6 points, 4 rebounds already.
7 of 10 from the floor as a team from Michigan. Turned it over on 3 straight possessions there for a moment as Tilly at the line shooting a couple, misses the first.
But they play so fast, Jeff, that they'll live with some turnovers. If you're committed to playing as fast as Michigan is, you are going to turn it over. It's just you can't turn it over too much.
Average just over 12 turnovers a game.
More possessions, more chance for a turnover.
Is a team shooting better than 51%.
That's crazy.
It's astronomical numbers. Historic type of numbers. Lindebord quiet so far. Dishes to Johnson, got it rejected by Bynum, who's on the floor with 2 fouls.
Great recovery by Bynum. I thought he was out of the play.
Mobley got his man in the air. Mobley, he hangs and hits at the left.
State's hanging in here. Again, Michigan off to a really good start, but the game is now, it's going to come down to Ohio State making plays like they just did. Defending the paint, defending the rim.
Big mismatch there. Lindebord misses, tapping around. Tilly controls.
Defensive possessions like that challenge everything Michigan's trying to get close to the rim.
Mobley looking for help now. Cadeau knocks it away, comes away with the turnover.
Thought Mobley could have gotten that up on the backboard quickly. Waited, got nothing.
Using the screen, skip pass across. 10 to shoot.
Discipline by the Ohio State defense these last few possessions.
Burnett, time winding down. No good. Tilly with a good box out of Johnson.
Another one of those mismatches. Burnett thought he could back Cupps down and did, but Cupps got him to miss a shot.
Early rebound advantage for Ohio State.
That said at the start of the game, probably the biggest key to the game is the Ohio State rebound with Michigan.
Burnett for the dunk.
Thought he got hit by Tilly on the way by.
Ends a drought of 0 for the last 4 from the floor. Nice backdoor cut. Mobley missed the layup.
Got him out, though. It's a great cut by Mobley, but got to finish that.
3 by Cadeau. Wow. Just like that, a 5-0 swing.
Yeah. That's why you have to take you have to take advantage of your opportunities. Mobley had one, and they get it down so fast. Right back at you, 3. And you're right, Jeff, 5-point swing.
Missed the layup on the other side. Amari Burnett with a dunk. It hit a 3 earlier. This is the dunk.
See if Tilly gets a piece of it. He did.
Legs got tangled up.
He hit him like in the waist area right there. Maybe down low. Doesn't matter.
On the other side, just in transition, they get it going so fast.
Again, throw ahead, and where's Cadeau? A mismatch. Tilly can't guard him on the perimeter. Doesn't put it on the deck and try and take advantage of him. Just looks at the 3. And knocks down the 3.
You talked early in the ball game about his development this year. Transition from last year to this year, it's leaps and bounds.
When you get a bigger role, bigger opportunity, are you ready for it? Obviously didn't go as well as he wanted at North Carolina. Comes here, has an expectation, but he was ready. And look, when you play with really good players, it makes you better too. But this is what I was saying right off the top. I mean, this Michigan team has been dominant all year. And human nature, when you're beating teams by 30 and 40, sometimes you exhale a little bit. Dusty May told us that they got back their edge this week.
They haven't just beaten teams, they have bludgeoned teams.
It's incredible. I mean, you look at the, I've never seen numbers like when getting ready for this game that Michigan had.
Thornton's jumper too strong, and I believe it's off of Johnson. And it is. Morez Johnson, not Puff Johnson, who's on the floor right now for Ohio State.
And just to finish that point, Jeff, usually you see a team with offensive numbers that are off the charts, but their defensive numbers are so-so, middle of the road. Michigan's both offensive and defensive numbers off the charts.
Mara and Royal.
Think Mara affects your baseline out of bounds plays at all down there?
It's like shooting up against another backboard stanchion. Fall away from Royal, and he's fouled. Whereas Johnson got him, he can't believe it. That's number 2 on Johnson.
Well, this is what I was saying earlier, too. Now Gale comes in, I'm assuming for Johnson. Now you're a little smaller, but you still got Mara.
Whereas Johnson looking up at the video board and saying, I never got him.
And that's the thing, your small forward, Lindeboard, 6'9".
This team is so big.
So smaller with Johnson going out, but still not small.
It's the waves, Don. It just keeps coming and coming and coming. 10-point lead again. We're talking about Ohio State, and they are hanging in there. But they've got to start making some shots. 1 of 7 from distance. Royal, who has been way more aggressive today than he was yesterday against Iowa.
Yeah, that's right. He has been. And they're going to need production from a lot of people. This ain't going to be Bruce Thornton going bananas and carrying Ohio State over Michigan. That's not how this is going to go.
Cadeau getting around the seal.
I know Ohio State doesn't shoot a lot of threes, but they are a 36% shooting team. You got Thornton at 40. Mobley leads the conference at 42 and change.
Nice pass. Met at the rim by Roddy Gale.
Good job by Gale without fouling.
Mobley up and under for 2.
Driving closeouts. Mobley, again, best percentage three-point shooter in the league. You are going to get hard closeouts. Can you drive it and finish plays?
Running the offense from Mar at the top of the key. Knocked away, and it'll be off of Cadeau. We're in the Windy City. It's a 9-point lead for Michigan against Ohio State. Game 104 on the Big Ten Network.
Jake, you told me pregame the keys were rebounding and turnovers. You've done a very nice job in both those aspects. What else can you do to slow down Michigan's offensive efficiency?
We've got to set our defense quicker. We've given up too many transition points. We got to communicate with more urgency when we get back on the other side. So like what we're doing in the half court defensively for the most part, but we got to set our defense quicker.
Thanks, Jake.
All right, thank you.
Well, easier said than done because you want to get back, but you don't want to get back to cross matches, and that's what happens here. The throw ahead, we've already talked about that. Tilly picks up Cadeau. Well, he gives him too much space because of the threat of drive in an easy three-point basket for Elliot Cadeau.
Ohio State trying to get it going offensively. It's 32% so far against this lockdown defense from Michigan.
I will say this, though, Jeff. The complexion of the game is in Ohio State's favor. I mean, this thing isn't blazing fast like it normally is for Michigan.
Roddy Gale contesting that he did not commit a foul on Thornton there. But Tilly was trying to get to that basketball, couldn't get there.
But Michigan has taken advantage of some run-out opportunities in transition like Jake Diebler was talking about. But overall, the game not super fast like we've seen from Michigan when they have these 30, 40-point blowouts.
DJ Carsonson doing some fancy footwork over here with Mobley, who's trying to get position against Mar. Mobley just, I'm just going to get out of here. I want nothing to do with Mar on the sideline.
I was making a joke earlier, but Mara is so disruptive on anyone's baseline out of bounds because of the length. Can't throw it over the top, so somebody's got to get open in the corner.
Mobley underneath, Bynum, had it knocked away by Cadeau. Bynum is down on the other side. Lindeboard in the fast break with the jam.
Tilly too late. Lindeboard with authority.
He brought that thing back almost to his shoulder blades.
A lot of Michigan fans here. Let's see if it gets them going.
That's a big one for Ohio State. Mobley on the other end.
Really big. If Mobley can get going here from the three-point line, he really gives Ohio State a chance.
Mara bringing it in. Fronted by Tilly. Bynum comes away with a rebound.
Got by Tilly to stay vertical and not foul.
Bynum still seeing stars from a couple of possessions ago. Tilly puts it on the deck. Now Mobley, wide open three. He doesn't miss those very often.
Now in an opportunity for a wide open three.
And Mara somehow kept his feet in bounds and threw it off of Bynum. Go back to the fast break with Lindeboard.
Just said the complexion of the game not real fast, but this is fast. Lindeboard out front. Tilly recovers too late. Big time finish from Lindeboard.
Great shot.
This Michigan crowd, Jeff, hasn't gotten really into it yet. You know, there hasn't been enough plays like that to really get this Michigan crowd up and into it. They have an 8-point lead.
This crowd is going to be rocking today. Shot no good and held on to by Devin Royal. And we're near capacity right now.
Yeah. 14-2 fast break points, Michigan.
Down low, Royal had it knocked away into the hands of Tilly. Royal had it blocked on the weak side by McKinney.
Hard to block those from behind without fouling. McKinney, nice job.
Lindeboard down low. Mara spinning right hand.
For a guy 7'3", he has really good touch. Those shot, that wasn't an easy shot. 3-4 footer turning left shoulder into the defender. Even last couple of years at UCLA had shown he's got tremendous touch around the basket. A lot of 7'3" guys just dunk everything, not him.
Cups pulls up, no good. Tap in is good.
I think Mark took the tap that one.
Brandon Knoll gets credit for it. Gale going baseline, and Knoll just reaches out, grabs him. July 11th, the BTN Big Ten K returns to Soldier Field in Chicago. Scan the QR code to register right now at btnbig10k.com to be a part of the 10K or 5K race and post-race tailgate party. I'll be doing that virtually.
Oh, I thought you just sent in your entry. I thought you were in.
A virtual entry. I will be on assignment elsewhere, not Soldier Field, but I'll do it and then post my comment. Lindeboard and Mara have one basket apiece.
That's what I was talking about right off the top. Lindeboard was casing out, ball in his hands, initiating the offense a lot more, moving forward.
Thornton driving. Oh, nice up and under.
Good ball fake. And Perez Johnson's got to know he's probably going to ball fake at his size once he gets into the paint. He went for it. Easy finish for Thornton.
6-point game. Lindeboard lost it. Thornton going the other way. Thornton hangs, and he'll go to the line. And Thornton is down for the moment. Such a smart play by Thornton. Ohio State not going away. More really good guards that we're going to see over the course of today.
Keaton Wagler we're going to see next game. Nick Boyd, John Blackwell, not really a point guard, but a lot of good guards coming up here. And Donovan Dent with a triple-double, first triple-double Big Ten tournament history last night.
I can't believe that was the first one.
Me neither.
It's nuts. And Thornton with 150 career points in terms of Buckeyes Big Ten tournament. He's 11 away from William Buford's school record.
Would be surprised if he didn't get it.
Thornton Ready to shoot his free throws. Got into very historic territory yesterday with 6 boards. But before the break on the last shot he took, he went down. And it took him a while to get up. Saw that left ankle kind of buckle on him.
Didn't look too terrible, but obviously doesn't feel great. But watching Bruce Thornton for the last 4 years, he ain't going to sit out of this one.
It's a flesh wound.
Yeah.
Went over 2,000 points, 500 assists, and 500 rebounds. Only Taylor Battle in Big Ten history have those numbers. That's it.
Jake Diebler got to be pleased with his group. Only down 4 after the start Michigan had. Their defense in the half court has been really good here, the back half of this first half.
Just a 4-point game. Thornton backing down on Cadeau. Follow-away jumper short.
Go ahead. Ohio State get matched up. Here's another mismatch that McKinney likes.
Cups went down. McKinney got the roll.
You know, this year, and I haven't said this, but I appreciate that officials are not calling that. That's a flop. And that it's not an offensive foul, so let's play on.
McKinney's got 10. He's 4 for 4 from the floor.
I've seen that a lot more this year, not being called. I like it.
Bynum fires from 3. Got it.
He can do that at his size. And we were talking yesterday, man, this kid is just scratching the surface with his tools physically, his ability to shoot. He makes a jump this offseason, this summer. He can be one of the best players in the league next year.
First bucket for Bynum. Drive, no good. Bynum with a rebound. Bynum now 5 boards and a travel by Thornton. Go back to Bynum. If he adds this to his tool belt, I mean, the sky's the limit.
Well, he shot enough of them this year. He shot 81 of them, 33%, but that's what I'm saying. Make a jump in the offseason. If he can be 37, 38 from 3, that makes him more effective and more of a problem on the offensive end.
What's really impressive, Don, he's been on the floor a bunch here in the last 10 minutes or so, operating with 2 fouls.
Yeah. Again, Dusty May, those were the first words out of his mouth when he talked to us earlier, Jeff, was he was worried about Amari Bynum.
Deflected by Cups, who's getting a decent run in this first half. 10 seconds on the shot clock for Michigan.
Again, the way this game's being played, the complexion of it is in Ohio State's favor. That's why it's a 1-possession game.
McKinney fires off the backboard. Gale crashing the boards. Gale, yes.
Gale does a little bit of everything, doesn't he? Flies in, offensive rebound, put back.
Whole roster does that. Average better than 40 rebounds a game. And that's not just because they're tall.
No.
Seven to shoot.
Ohio State gets some momentum. They've gotten the score where they want it, or at least close to it. Now can they get some momentum going into halftime?
What a shot by Thornton to beat the shot clock.
That'll work.
Down to a 2-point game.
Still rebounding and making threes is how Ohio State's going to win this game.
Gale for 3 on the other end, no good. Great box outs from the Buckeyes.
And guard like they've been guarding in the half court in this first half.
Minute to go, get it down low. Bynum with a mismatch. Bynum kicks out, Noel for 3. Cups trying to keep it alive. Don't forget, send it to Dave Refs and Bruce Weber, Jordan Taylor, Harbor Freight. Halftime report coming up after this. 45 seconds to go. Gale driving, rejected by Bynum.
Second one of the afternoon for Bynum.
Thornton up top. No good there. Lindebor comes away with it. Skip pass ahead. Gale is there. Gale to Mara.
Again, you have to take advantage of opportunities. Ohio State had a 3-on-1. Doesn't score, goes back the other way for the Mara lob.
We've seen those stretches where 2 points turns into 5 on the other side, and Jake Diebler is fired up.
They just pound you when they get a live ball turnover or a missed shot. So lob doesn't go right for Ohio State. Look, 3-on-2, I should have said. But Lendeborg with the baseball pass the other way. And they are right back at you, making you pay for committing to the offensive end and not getting back.
16 fast break points now for Michigan. I think Jake Diebler was upset because he thought Devin Royal was fouled on the alley-oop attempt. Got boxed out while the ball was in the air.
I would suggest this, and maybe I'm too old and too old school. If you got a 3-on-2, let's just make the simple play and finish, guys. We don't need a lob. See that way too often nowadays, where they're trying to make the highlight play instead of the right play. But, you know, that can come down to being the difference in the game in the second half. This one, 2 points.
I do not want to be on the other end of that stare from Jake Diebler. Chatting with Kelly Pfeiffer and trying to keep it diplomatic. 4-point lead for Michigan.
Assuming Ohio State's going to take this all the way down.
30 seconds, no shot clock.
And again, I talked about the momentum feeling good. It's only a 4-point game, but if Ohio State scores here, it really gives them a lift going into halftime.
All kinds of time trying to break the pressure from Michigan. And turn it over. Can't have that. Cadeau got it blocked, but a foul. And Thornton went down hard again.
Well, Dusty May throwing that press on him. And Cadeau is just waiting for that pass. You try and go cross court against a pressing scheme, that happens a lot. And they had time. It's not like they had to get it across and get down there and score quickly. They had the entire shot clock. I know you have to get it across half court, but ill-advised pass nonetheless, and Cadeau took advantage.
Again, adding to these swings where you don't make the fast break opportunity. Now it's a 3-0 swing. Big points.
You could have went down halftime either 1 or 2 points. Now you're down 6. Still got time to score here.
Again, they put the pressure on. Royal picks up the dribble. And now they can operate. 8 to shoot.
Thornton's going to keep this.
Thornton, floater. Got it over the top of Mara. And we go to the half, a 4-point game.
Really good first half. Michigan jumped them early. Ohio State stabilized the game. 4-point game going into halftime.
Really impressive stuff as Thornton in this first half with 13 points to lead all scorers had to get over to the top of a 7-3 Mara.
That's what all-time leading scorers do. End a half, end a clock. I got to make something happen, and he did. Let's hope the second half's as good as this first half was.
Send it over to Rick Pizzo and Namari Burnett.
Namari, just saw you leading the conversation, that players only huddle right there. What was the conversation like?
That our intensity needs to raise up a level. We understand the stakes right now, and we just got to be better all around on both ends of the floor.
Personally, how cool is this for you to be playing in the Big Ten Tournament in Chicago, 13 miles from where you played in high school at Morgan Park?
Man, it's a blessing to be here in the United Center. I mean, I dreamed of this moment as a kid, and so I'm just grateful to be able to share this stage with my brothers that I love.
Namari, thank you. Good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
Burnett with 5 points in that first half. Coming up after a quick break, send it over to Dave, Bruce, and Jordan for the Harbor Freight halftime report. Out of 4 on the Big Ten Network today. Even I could make a shot at that big hoop.
Sure.
That's a good thing. Maybe. I don't know. I said maybe. 4-point lead right now for Michigan. Start of the second half. Welcome back courtside, everybody. Got Don McClain. Rick Pizzo down on the sidelines. Jeff Levering with you. Thanks again for being with us. And Don, is a great first half.
Yeah.
I mean, game of runs, but so far Ohio State's hanging with Michigan.
Interesting first half. You know, Michigan jumped them early like they do a lot of teams. We're getting out in transition. But then Ohio State stabilized the game with their half-court defense. And guess who stepped up for Ohio State? Who else? Bruce Thornton, 13 points in that first half. But the biggest thing to me, can Ohio State keep this game at the pace it is now?
All right, let's check in with Rick Pizzo. Had a chance to catch up with Jake Diebler.
Jake, your guys fought hard, especially late. How did you get back into this basketball game?
We got our defense set. You know, we talked last time, we had to get back better and make a play in the half court. We did a much better job. I thought our pressure defensively improved. Then we started taking care of the ball a little better on the offensive end.
Good luck in the second half.
All right, thank you.
Short and to the point for Jake Diebler. Set the defense, good things happen. It's what happened in that second 10 minutes of the first half.
That's pretty much a universal statement across basketball. But certainly the case here today.
Cadeau's floater no good. Morez Johnson trying to keep it alive. It ends up in Tilly's hands. Morez Johnson scored 6 points in the first 3.5 minutes of the game. Has been held at nothing since. Mobley from the free throw line. Got the roll.
Good start for Ohio State, and again, Michigan hunting those mismatches. They tried to establish Morez Johnson, or they did establish him in that first half. See where they go to start this second half.
Michigan forced 8 Ohio State turnovers in the first half, turned it into 15 points. Lindeborg's been quiet,
but affecting the game in that first half. 4 assists, 2 steals, 3 points.
Mara backing down, and a foul on Tilly. And both of them were going shoulder to shoulder essentially, and they finally get Tilly.
Well, it looks like they're going to establish Mara here in the second half. They like this matchup against Tilly. No, pretty good defense by Tilly.
Tilly, I should say Mara, sometimes just looks like he's the tallest guy on the playground. Get inside, and there he is finishing.
Just throw it up anywhere. And again, the touch of Mara, he done some of those, but not all of them. He was fading backwards, caught it, knew where he was, and found his target, knocked it in.
Mara's got 6 points. Pretty balanced scoring from Michigan. Pretty on point. Ends up in Mobley's hands. It's a floater. A lot of DJ by Mobley.
A lot of the attention goes to Bruce Thornton, so Mobley finds himself open a lot more. 2 for 2 to start this second half.
Had a big second half in the game yesterday. Nice pass. Johnson for 3. Knocked it through.
And he can do that. Doesn't shoot a lot of them. But 43%, 10 of 24 from behind the three-point line coming in. As he looks to the next level. We talked about Lindeborg and his prospects. Morez Johnson can prove to be a reliable three-point shooter. He is going to skyrocket up the draft board.
On the other side, Mobley over the top of Johnson.
We mentioned it yesterday, Jeff. When Mobley gets going, he's hard to turn off. He's got 7 quick points here, first 2.5.
And a turnover. Chance to tie or take the lead. Mobley driving, kicking to Tilly for 2, and we're all square.
Most guys would have tried to score that themselves because he's off to a good start, under control, dumps it off for the easy finish.
First time this game's been tied since it was 0-0, and Devin Royal just pushed Cadeau to the floor. Mobley's had it going in the second half, Don.
No doubt. Gets the switch onto Johnson. He gives him too much room, knocks in the 3, and then gets by the first line of defense here. And most guys would shoot this runner floater, but dumps it off behind Mara and Tilly with the finish. Great sequence from John Mobley, Jr.
Lindeborg goes baseline. Kicks it out. Burnett for 3. Mara taps. Controlled by Cadeau. He fires from 3. And an air ball. Lindeborg tries to keep it alive and throws it off the Buckeyes.
Mara keeps so many balls alive. I'm talking about that with Steinbach yesterday. Mara just, because of his length, is able to back tap, keep balls alive so his teammates have a chance at it. I'd like to see Lindeborg get aggressive here offensively. You're Big Ten Player of the Year. This is a Big Ten tournament. You tie ball game second half. Where guys like Lindeborg need to step up.
Just threw the ball off of Mobley's head. Bynum on Johnson. And it's out of bounds. Bynum forcing the turnover.
See a lot of freshmen like Amari Bynum. Most of them are thin. The word is they got to get stronger. Bynum probably could get a little stronger, but he's pretty strong for a freshman. You saw it there, holding off Morez Johnson.
And it's not a freshman frame. No, there's no doubt about that. Trying to take their first lead. Mismatch with Royal and Cadeau down low.
Game is exactly, I know I've said it a bunch of times, this game is exactly how Ohio State wants it.
Thornton, three, no good, tapped out. Burnett controls, setting the defense for Ohio State. Lendebourg launches for three, short. Royal pulls down the rebound.
A little surprised Michigan isn't getting out on misses and throwing ahead like they did to start the game. That's why this game looks the way Ohio State wants it.
Starting to get a little chippy as Tilly gets it into the corner. Bynum passes now, shoots the three, and an air ball.
Should have shot the first one.
44-44, Buckeyes, Wolverines. Game 1 of 4 on the Big Ten Network. Gonna be a great one. Illinois takes on Wisconsin. John Blackwell, Keaton Wagler take center stage next on the Big Ten Network and the Fox Sports app. Tournament resume for the Ohio State Buckeyes. They just continue to climb for Mike DeCourcy in his projections. Yesterday a 10 seed, today a 9 seed.
What would a win over Michigan do for the seed line? Would it bump them up to an 8? It could. That's a monster win. You knock off Michigan, who is going to be a #1 seed no matter what.
Last 5 ball games, we've talked about how that Iowa game just flipped the script for the Buckeyes in a positive way, knocking off Purdue at Penn State and then beating Indiana before knocking off Iowa yesterday.
Yep.
Check in with Rick Pizzo.
Jeff, Ohio State has gotten itself right back into this ball game, and yet Jake Diebler was not happy with either of the last 2 possessions. On the previous possession, wanted Amari Bynum to shoot the first three-pointer. On the possession before that, he was mad that Bruce Thornton took an out-of-system 3. In other words, he is imploring his assistants to remind his players to, quote, run our stuff. Diebler believes back in the half court, that's how they took the lead away from Iowa yesterday. That's how they got back into this game today, even with momentum. Don't go crazy. Don't freelance. Try to do it all by yourself. Run the stuff that the coaches are telling you to run.
Good stuff, Rick.
Yeah, and on top of that, Rick, like the longer you use the shot clock, the more the game stays in your favor. Michigan wants it fast, you keep it slow.
Thornton a bit out of control there. It's going to be out of bounds off of Thornton. Saw the lob on the last possession by Michigan that was knocked away by Ohio State. Jake Diebler he's getting on Kelly Pfeiffer for something. He's been in Pfeiffer's ear for much of the day.
I think Kelly Pfeiffer's used to that in his line of work.
Kelly Pfeiffer, DJ Carsonson, Randy Richardson are officials. There's a 3 by McKenney. It's short. Into the hands of Mobley. DJ Carsonson will be retiring at the end of this year. Will be in the NCAA tournament. But this is his last game on the Big Ten Network. And we got a travel by Mobley.
One of the good dudes, and congrats to him.
Been a Big Ten official for 20 years, officiated 19 different NCAA tournaments. He's been in the regional round 11 different times. Outstanding official. Always great to talk with these guys before and after games.
No doubt.
And sometimes even in airports on layovers.
Or on airplanes.
Cadeau driving. And a good steal from Johnson.
The Ohio State half-court defense, we've been talking a lot about it, has been really good. But if they're going to finish this thing off and win, it's going to have to be for the next 14-20.
3.5-minute drought for Michigan without a bucket. Thornton on Gale. The old teammates at Ohio State. And a foul. Roddy Gale picks up the personal.
That is strength on strength right there. Talked about Thornton's base, but Gale, big physical guard too.
Fresh 20 on the shot clock for Ohio State, down by 2. Buckeyes played well in Ann Arbor this year. Totally different story when the series switched over to Columbus, and Bruce Thornton has to use a timeout early on in this second half. It's a 2-point game. Looking on and seeing if her son's Buckeyes can knock off the 1-seed Michigan Wolverines, and he put himself into some very elite company yesterday with 6 rebounds. Joins just Taylor Battle, who was an assistant coach for Ohio State last year. The 2,500 club, just 2 players all time. That is so much work.
You know, Jeff, I would have been in the 2,500 club, but I fell about 499 assists short.
You got to pass for those. Giannis getting into it. Bruce Thornton and the Buckeyes hanging in and then some. This is a good basketball game.
It's been a really good game. The fact that Ohio State's been able to control what this game looks like has been a big reason why it's been so tight. Got a piece of that.
Johnson got a piece of that deflected, and no good by Tilly. A lot of contact.
Got numbers.
I haven't seen Michigan really get the big runouts. No. Johnson fouled by Mobley.
Well, that's the first thing in the scouting report that the opposition talks about is transition defense when playing Michigan. So it didn't start out great for Ohio State, but it's been great since about the, 13 or 14 minute mark of the first half.
Mobley picked up his first foul. Johnson heads to the bench. Mara back on the floor for the Wolverines. Cadeau looking for space, leaves it up to Mara, and he's fouled.
That is a lethal set in combination. Cadeau getting downhill. It's either or. He can go to float game with Tilly and drop. But we talked about the touch of Mara. 7'3" guys typically can't do that. But he can. Repeatedly. And so we may see a lot more of this, that 2-man game. Mara flipping the screen, rescreen, rolling downhill, and then just toss it up.
It's not defensible.
No.
Unless you got a 7'3" guy on the other side, it's just, you can't do it.
But here's the thing. The fact that Mara has such great hands and can tip those in versus bringing it down, now you're susceptible to strips, fouls. Never comes down with it.
Gale on the run out. Gale. A jump ball is called. It's Ohio State basketball.
What a play by
Thornton just ran it down.
Is it Thornton or Mobley or both? It is really hard to do this without fouling, but watch it. Yeah, both of them.
The triple tie-up. Mobley first, then Thornton.
Trying to get the fumble.
2 yards in a cloud of dust. 5-point lead for Michigan. Thornton for 3. And ripped in and out.
Really good look. Stop behind the screen on the handoff. Good clean look.
Game high 15 for Thornton. And Thornton's going to get the foul. 5-point game, and speaking of a 2-yard gain, Jake Butt had a couple of those receiving wise. Jake Butt, Big Ten Network football analyst, wife Natalie.
Are you accusing him of only getting 2 yards per
reception? No chance. He knows he's on camera. He can see it right now. My partner on football.
I know who he is. I think he just said, yeah, Jeff's my partner on football.
Yeah, no. No shot. He was on his phone earlier when we had the shot of him in between breaks. He was texting. He wasn't texting me, though. He's probably texting somebody in the truck to make sure that, hey, I'm here. You might as well get me on camera.
You know, I was just thinking, Jeff, I wonder if Dusty May is almost kind of liking this. When you get into the NCAA tournament, you got to win playing different styles. And you look back at the Iowa game, they won at 71-68. We know Iowa likes to control tempo. Ohio State's done a good job of it today. So can Michigan overcome this style and still win the game. Versus how they do it a lot of times, score 95 or 100 points and win by 30.
I mean, they have the highest point differential in the conference, 19.4. And in conference games, it's 15 points. Yeah. I mean, they're not playing close games. 6 of their games were decided by 9 points or fewer.
But again, he might not mind this. Where we're at in the season, getting ready for the NCAA tournament, you're going to have to win some close games if you're going to win a national championship.
Cup's got his man in the air. 3-ball. Yes.
Big shot. Big shot for Cupps in Ohio State.
He was 4 for 22 shooting the 3 during the regular season. Ends more than a 5-minute drought. McKinney strong to the rim.
Open up a little bit here for Michigan. Attacking the paint, getting to the rim. Cadeau, McKinney.
Cupps going to the rim against Lindeborg.
Come in and affect the game in a positive way. Cupps 2 possessions in a row.
Cupps getting through the screen.
Thought about it.
Cadeau for 3. Strong rebound by Royal.
It's another thing Ohio State's done well today against a really good rebounding team in Michigan.
Thornton, yes!
Here we go. Looked like Michigan was going to stretch it out. The offense was opening up a little bit. Back comes Ohio State.
Cadeau, for the alley-oop.
There we go, back and forth, get the crowd into it.
And Cupps is banged up. That may be from the layup. Oh, what an effort Gabe Cupps has put in for the Buckeyes here recently.
Can you affect winning when you're called to come off the bench? Gabe Cupps is making a positive impact on this one. And Bruce Thornton, we've seen that forever. We got a 3-point game here in Chicago. Mom loving it.
Down by just 3.
Easy levering.
How about the guards? With Thornton and Mobley, 30 points of the 52.
If you're going to knock off one of the best teams in the country in Michigan, a lot of things have to go well. Talked about pace of the game. They've controlled that. They've rebounded with Michigan, but then you have to have performances, and I thought Mobley came out with the right disposition here in the second half, being aggressive. Thornton's been aggressive all afternoon, but here we go, 11 minutes to go, 3-point game.
All-time leader in Big Ten Tournament history scoring-wise for a Buckeye, Bruce Thornton. Can hold a lot of records, not just the scoring record.
Thornton take advantage of Merez Johnson on the switch.
Lost it, and a turnover. Thornton asking him to take another look at it on the iPad, see if they want to challenge it. Officials holding up play for just a moment. Puff Johnson wants to check in. Did it go off of Johnson's foot? Maybe did you see the fingertip there from Thornton?
Yeah, did Thornton touch it after the foot?
No challenge here from Ohio State.
Challenge that at this point.
Especially with just 2 timeouts left and 10:40 to go. Lindeborg pass to McKinney into the corner for Burnett.
Burnett's got to stay spaced out behind the line. He would have had a wide open 3.
Isolated on Knoll. Burnett to Johnson. 4 to shoot. Lindeborg gets it to Mara for inside the line. It was a deep 2. Showing the range there.
Well, you would rather him be a foot or 2 back to make a 3 instead of a 2, but at this point in the game, you'll take any points you can get.
13 points from Meyer, the leading scorer for Michigan.
Stagger trying to get a switch on this. McKinney staying home on Mobley.
Mobley driving. Oh, rejected by Mara. Kept alive. Stanchions are going down. McKinney gets back on the other side of the floor.
That was your Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year right there.
skip pass into Merez Johnson. Swinging around again, Lendeborg. Down to Mara, goes baseline, knocked away by Knoll, but a foul. Mara starting to take over. Tomorrow, 2026 Big Ten Hockey Tournament continues with the semifinals. First, the Wolverines collide with the Nittany Lions, and the Spartans face off against the Buckeyes. Coverage begins with the pregame show, 4:30 Eastern, 1:30 Pacific on the Big Ten Network and the Fox Sports app.
It's interesting, Jeff. We were talking about it yesterday about Michigan. I mentioned earlier about Lendeborg not even being 15 a game, but the Big Ten Player of the Year. Like, their numbers individually don't jump off the page, but how they affect the game and affect winning. You go 19-1 in the Big Ten. That's unusual. But the unselfishness of this Michigan team, the buy-in of this Michigan team, and the collective is why they got so many individual awards.
Seven-point lead, Tilly driving. Tilly went right at Mara.
Well, that's what you got to do against shot blockers. Go right to their chest. Try and get the foul. If not, finish. Good finish there by Tilly.
McKinney couldn't get the roll. That extra bounce allows Royal to control the rebound. And then a foul on Michigan.
Well, not a smart play by Michigan there. Royal had that ball secured. Probably not going to take it from him. All you're going to do is foul.
Don, to your point about Michigan being so versatile and having so many different guys that can do so many different things, you look up at the scoreboard, and the player of the year in this conference, Yaxel Lendeborg, has just 3 points, and yet he is affecting the game in so many other ways. Dusty May is never going to be one of the most demonstrative coaches that you see on the sidelines, but on multiple occasions, he's looked at Yaxel as the coach on the floor to tell his team exactly what's going on. When Ohio State was making that run, Dusty May did not call a timeout. He simply looked at Lendeborg and asked him to be the guy to calm things down on the floor. He's done exactly that as Michigan has now extended the lead back out to 5.
Tilly got fouled by McKinney on that drive.
That being said, and that's all right, Rick, all what you said. But if I'm the Big Ten Player of the Year, we're in the Big Ten Tournament, it's a postseason, 8:33. When I get back in the game, I have to not only affect the game, affect winning by being more aggressive and making even more plays. If you are that guy, which I think he is.
Right now, Lendeborg getting a blow. Will Cheddar just checked in for Michigan, spelling Merez Johnson. Somehow Cups got that over the top of Mara. Royal creating space. Royal pulled down by Mara.
And Cups getting more burned because he came in and made some plays. Oh, you earn more minutes.
Kenny just around the world there. Coming up on 8 minutes to go in the game. Mismatch with Royal.
Waiting for the double.
Mara spans, right hand missed.
First one he's missed today.
And a Michigan foul.
Mara's got great feel down on that block. He feels the initial defenders waiting for the second one. Bynum starts to come, spins off a Royal, just smoked the layup.
Michigan fans did not like that foul call. Just the second on Mara. 5-point game under 8 to play. Winner of this one gets the winner of Illinois and Wisconsin. Game 2 of a quadruple header. Thornton draws the foul. It wouldn't go. Adai Mara starting to take over the Defensive Player of the Year, but he's showing his offensive skills today.
Big time, Big Ten did
right now for Michigan.
Adai Mara has been affecting the game here the last 4 or 5 minutes. And you can go up top to him, he can do it. You get out in transition, screen roll game, what do you do? And then take a look at this one. He's coming, and what Cadeau is reading is what this defender's doing and what this defender's doing. if they don't step up and hit Mara, he's got a clean right, but it's a rescreen. And Cadeau sucks in Tilly because he thinks he's going to get downhill and score. Once Mara gets that deep, it's over. Once you let Mara get to the front of the rim, the play is over because they're just throwing it up, and he's either going to lay it up or dunk it.
11 in the second half for Mara. Thornton at the line, shooting a couple, knocks the first one through. Attempt number 9 in the game for the Buckeyes. They've made 8 of 9. Mara had a season high 24 against Ohio State the last time they met in Columbus. 2 for 2 for Thornton.
Here we are, 7:40 to go, 1 possession game. We continue to get Mara involved in these actions up top.
Burnett goes baseline, kicks it out. Cheddar keeps it alive. Mara's got it from the elbow. No good. Cups into Cheddar's hands and a tie-up, and it's Michigan basketball.
Oh, Cups tying him up. Cheddar would have had a layup had he not done that.
Cups has been an unsung hero tonight for
really
Ohio
has.
State.
We see that a lot in the postseason. Unexpected guys coming in and having a big impact on the game.
A couple guys towards the bottom of the depth chart, but playing vital roles in Cheddar and Cups.
To the big lineup for Michigan.
Lendebourg ran into Tilly. Cadeau up to Johnson. Into the hands of Thornton.
Another good half-court defensive possession for Ohio State that time.
Yeah, they stopped that pick and roll beautifully. Cups running the point for Ohio State. Mobley's been on the bench for a while now. Tilly spinning on Mara. Tilly left hand, no good.
Hard to challenge Mara when you get that deep. He's too long. You can't get it over him.
Into the corner, Burnett. Burnett goes baseline, foul by Thornton. That's his 3rd.
Well, the reason, and I know Tilly completed one where he went to the chest of Mara and got the layup, but that was off a movement. That was off the dribble. Like, you're not going to manufacture your own offense over the top of Mara. You're just not. And so that would be Tilly drag him out with the dribble, get him away from the front of the rim, and then they swing it, let somebody else try and attack the rim.
Burnett short on the first one. This is game 1 of 4 today on the Big Ten Network. We got Wisconsin and Illinois coming up in a half an hour after we finish this one. Then Purdue and Nebraska, and UCLA, Michigan State in the nightcap. All top 8 seeds.
And obviously all 8 teams safely in the NCAA tournament, playing for NCAA tournament seeding today and through the weekend here in the Big Ten tournament.
Fighting Illini fans in full force. Bunch of Wisconsin fans coming down from Madison. This place is going to be rocking for game 2.
Yes, it is.
It's rocking for game 1. Almost to capacity at the moment. Mobley on the floor for the first time in almost 3 minutes. Get it down low to Bynum on a mismatch. Got it poked away momentarily. Got it back. 10 to shoot. Bynum got his man in the air. Bynum flies in and he'll go to the line.
Cale got him on the flyby. But Bynum, second time he's turned down a 3 in this half. Turned one down and then reloaded on that one, but then this one all the way to the rim. Gets himself 2 free throws.
From the rail cam. Love that shot. And Bynum, we saw him yesterday do a Jordan type of play on the baseline where he went up, thought he was going to dunk, and then re-racked it with 2 hands and then laid it up and in. Bynum was operating in the first half mostly with 2 fouls. 2-point game. Under 6 to play. Into the corner. That's a 3. Short. Tilly taps to Thornton.
You wonder if this crowd, there's a lot of fans from a lot of different schools here, if they get behind the underdog Ohio State team.
Oh, Royal gives the lead to the Buckeyes.
I think the answer is yes.
First lead of the game for Ohio State.
Big shot by Royal.
Gale, a blocking foul is called on Bynum. He went flying underneath the hoop. Here's a 3 by Royal.
And Thornton, so much attention drawn to him. Royal wide open. Knocks down that 3.
Royal with 10. We said it early, Don, that he has been so much more aggressive today than he was yesterday against Iowa. Gale misses the front end of the one-on-one. Free throws the rest of the way for both teams.
They come down to that too.
Mobley. No good. Foul is going to be on Michigan.
Well, Lindeborg just ran right through Tilly. Maybe he thought he wasn't set. He was trying to draw the foul. Let's take a look. He might have leaned that shoulder out a little bit, Tilly, but Lindeborg just steamrolled him.
Mara coming back in for Michigan. Replaces Roddy Gale. You got the big boys in there now. Mara, Johnson, Lindeborg. Tilly at the line.
You know, one thing we haven't talked about either, Jeff, even though it's deep in the game now, is that Ohio State played yesterday and what the effect of that is. Michigan hasn't played. Get yourself in a rhythm, having gotten one under your belt the day before. But I think this is more about Ohio State has found something. Ever since that Iowa game that they lost.
Officials calling for a little cleanup crew.
I think they've gotten a lot more confident. They're playing with more force defensively, rebounding.
It's been real good rhythm for Ohio State for much of the day. Tilly. One more free throw. In and out. Mara tried to keep it alive and did. No field goals in over 10 minutes for Michigan. Since that 10-minute mark, excuse me. It's a 10-1 run for the Buckeyes. Inside, Mara, tap is good. Did the foul come before the tap? No bucket.
Here's the thing. Ohio State knows that when Cadeau penetrates, he wants to throw it up to Mara. So they stay, haven't done it a lot, but they stay home to Mara so he can't throw it up to him, get to the body of Mara, and that leaves the opportunity open for Cadeau.
They credited Thornton with the foul. And Jake Diebler is pleading to go make sure it's on the right guy. They'd have to do that at the next timeout. And now Randy Richardson is going over to the monitor to check whether or not they got the foul on the right person. Because that's massive. If it's the 4th foul on Thornton. And they have given it now to Tilly, which is his 3rd. So a good contest there on who the foul was on.
Which is interesting because looking at that replay, I thought it was the body of Thornton that drew the whistle. I didn't see Tilly really get him up top.
So all 3 of those players with 3 fouls, Bynum, Thornton, and Tilly. Cadeau knocks it through to tie the game up again, 62-62. Tie game 4:40 to go. Right now, Mike DeCourcy has Ohio State as a 9 seed. Michigan is a 1.
Get it. Ohio State finishes this thing off and wins it. Got to believe it's going to move them up.
Thornton to Mobley. Mobley got to go now. Thornton for 3. In and out. Strong rebound by Hoyle, blocked by Morrow.
I like that action by Ohio State. Roll and replace.
Oh, it's rejected by
That
White.
went off the backboard.
And they are going to count it.
Good call. DJ Carstensen.
Here's Mara on the block.
A lot of times this guy doesn't even have to leave his feet.
And then this is off the glass first. Yes.
No doubter.
So 2 points for Michigan on the goaltend. Defense to offense for the Wolverines.
First time we've seen that in a while.
Yes. Been a good offensive rhythm in this second half for both teams. Mostly Mara for Michigan. Mobley to Tilly. Tilly lost it momentarily. He's got it back again. Trying to find space against Mara. Thornton got to go with it. Royal had knocked away. Cadeau on the open floor. And he'll go to the line. Thornton fouled him, and that is number 4. We're in the quarterfinals. Michigan, Ohio State. That's what's on the line coming up on Sunday.
Turner, left side of the backboard. Turner across the timeline, throws it from behind the right. He makes the hit it, Evan Turner! You gotta be kidding as Evan Turner hits the shot that everybody dreams of.
The shot that everyone dreams of. Went on to win the championship that year. Turner was the most outstanding player. Who makes the shot today?
Yeah, I was going to say, this game feels like it's setting up for one of those.
We had 2 games yesterday that came down to the wire with 3s at the buzzer, essentially, which would have sent games to overtime. And this one shaping up that way as well.
Execution down the stretch, defensive communication, and then time and score, understanding.
Cadeau at the line, and remember, Thornton just picked up his 4th foul with 3:35 to go. And Cadeau misses. 71% on the season for Elliot Cadeau.
Which this deep in the game, Jeff, I think the only fear for Thornton is picking up an offensive foul, 5th one. Like, you're smart enough, he's a veteran, he's not going to foul on the defensive end, but Michigan's stepping in when he's trying to get 2 feet in the paint. That's your only concern if you're Ohio State.
Mobley's been somewhat quiet here in the second half.
Started off great. And then they've done a good job on him in the last 14, 15 minutes.
Whereas Johnson just picked up his 3rd. Trying to shed Thornton's screen. So Thornton goes to the line.
Well, and those are the fouls you want to stay away from.
Mom can't even watch.
Yeah, right.
And you know the player is way less nervous than the parent.
No doubt. I get the sense with all that Bruce Thornton has accomplished at Ohio State, he's probably not nervous at all.
This is where his comfort comes.
Yeah, right.
On the floor. Drills 2. Perfect at the line today, 6 for 6.
It'll be a half-court offensive set for Michigan. Where are they going?
Things have been running through Mara for much of the day.
Tagged him going down the lane. So he couldn't throw the lob.
Mobley on Cadeau spins, tries to dump it out to Mara. Mara's there to clean it up.
Didn't go exactly as planned, but Mara able to collect it and put it in and finish.
17 for Mara. Thornton with the freshman, McKenny on him. Royal goes to work. Royal, fall-away jumper. Short, Mara cleans up the rebound.
That's the effect of a dive Mara. Royal wanted to get all the way to the rim, but he knew Mara was back there, had to spin back for the fadeaway.
Mismatch down low. Thornton is on Mara right now. Swinging around Johnson. Johnson spinning. Johnson out of control. Bynum comes away with it.
Tough shot, good defense.
2 minutes to go in Chicago. Timeout, Ohio State. They've got one left. A couple of moments ago, Adai Mara getting away with a shove in the back. Well, he does to Tilly to displace him.
Wait, you can't do that?
Apparently you can today.
The hands of Mara again to get that ball off the ground and transfer it back up in that quick.
There's no question Michigan got lucky with the ball bouncing Adai Mara's way on the last possession. And I have to tell you guys, watching the last minute or two here from courtside, Ohio State is the freer team. They are truly playing like the team that has nothing to lose after yesterday's win. They know they're in the NCAA tournament. They know that very few, if anyone, outside of their locker room believe they could win this game. You watch those last 2 or 3 Michigan possessions, there is a lot of standing around. Jackson Lendenborg is just hanging out in that corner, not trying to facilitate anything. I understand Adai Mara is having a huge game and they're playing through him right now, but the rest of this team, a team that won 19 of 20 games inside the Big Ten, needs to start playing again like that team if they want to finish off this quarterfinal win.
Great stuff, Rick.
Yeah.
They have not played a lot of close games, Michigan.
No, they haven't. And you wondered, I mentioned it earlier, I think Dusty May might be liking this. Getting used to tight games in the postseason, but a lot of it's been on Cadeau to manufacture offense here late, too.
Thornton is in the paint. Thornton fall-away jumper, short.
Again, Thornton fading away. Why? Because he knows Mara's back there.
Thornton with a game-high 22. They're going to need him down the stretch. Michigan up by 3.
Lendenborg being in these actions now. He's got to step up and make a play here late.
That's just 3 points in the game. Cadeau for 3. In and out. Lendenborg was fouled. Cups was trying to box him out, and he commits the foul.
Well, that's making a play. Going hard to the offensive board, getting the foul, getting yourself to the free throw line. Doesn't always have to be with the ball to make a play.
Got position down low against Cups, and Cups just pushed him out of there. Lendenborg has taken just 4 shots this afternoon.
Was Cups like, well, Mara just pushed Tilly. Why can't I?
And he missed the first one. This is him at the end of the game yesterday, which went down to the wire. Ohio State and Iowa. Iowa missed a shot right at the buzzer, trying to send it to overtime. The entire team was watching that game for Michigan. I don't know if it was more of an intimidation factor for those two teams, saying, all right, well, that's what you got next.
I think it was more they just didn't want to sit in the hotel all day.
1 out of 2 for Lendenborg. 2-possession game, 1:24 to go.
No need to panic, though. You're Ohio State. Still plenty of time. Good offensive possession here.
Find Thornton. Thornton with the right hand. Again affected by Mara.
Mara changed it again.
Timeout. Michigan, exactly 1 minute to go. Michigan still with 2 timeouts remaining.
Well, we We talked about the effect of playing yesterday and how that can get you more into rhythm today. Now that we're this deep in the game, as you take a look at Mara, Thornton tried to challenge him, but good luck with that. Now, does playing yesterday, does fatigue set in this deep in a tight game?
And Thornton right there is giving up a foot and an inch to Mara.
I mean, you might make one here and there over Mara, but you're not going to consistently score over him. Just not.
Michigan with a 4-point lead, 1 minute to go. They are being tested right now. They've played some close games, not a ton.
And Jeff, if Michigan wins, again, I've said it a couple times, I think Dusty May will be like mission accomplished. Had a tight game here to open up the postseason. We're able to do enough to win it and survive and advance.
Taking their time. The clock is their friend. Mara down low on Tilly. Mara backing down right hand. No good. Tapped out to Mobley.
Pretty good look. Just didn't make it. 9-second differential.
Mobley driving. Mobley missed. And a foul on the backside. Royal got underneath of Mara.
That was interesting because Mara didn't challenge the shot, thinking maybe if he misses it, he wants to be in position to rebound. So didn't challenge it and didn't get the rebound.
Mara picks up the foul. Ohio State is 6 out of 13 from layups. What that tells you is that Mara has affected this game dramatically.
Here's a situation. A lot will be dictated on what Royal does here at the free throw line. But it's under 30, so shot clock turned off. How early do you foul while trying to get a turnover if you're Ohio State? You got to look to get a turnover first. But how long do you wait till you take the foul and put Michigan on the free throw line?
Swapping offense for defense with Thornton and 4 fouls, so Cups comes in. Devin Royal, 79% free throw shooter, trying to make it a 2-point game. He couldn't do it. 3-point game. Shot clock is up.
I'd go now. You got to lengthen this game a little bit. Make Michigan make some free throws.
And there it is from Mobley. 20.7 seconds to go. Michigan is a 74.5% free throw shooting team. Just by the numbers, Ohio State 77.4, better free throw shooting team. Again, Michigan hasn't played for almost a week.
Cadeau 71%, but these are different, especially now in the postseason.
Knocks down the first.
Well, now if you're Michigan, you just try and make Ohio State use clock, getting it down the court without foul. The last thing you want to do if you're Michigan is foul here. You're fine with letting them score.
For a 71% free throw shooter, he is 8 of 9 today. Elliot Cadeau. Missed. Still a 4-point game. Thornton's got it. Finds Tilly. They got to move. Tilly kicks out. Royal really got to go. Royal hits the shot. 2-point game. Timeout on the floor.
Took a little bit longer than you wanted, but you still have a chance. You're Ohio State. Again, same game. You're going try and force a turnover here quickly. If not, you're fouling. The question is, do you have enough time if you don't get the turnover here to absorb the Michigan free throws and still have time to score on the other end?
2-point game.
If Michigan misses the free throw.
Devin Royal has a seat. Thornton will have a seat. Puff Johnson had checked in again, taking a look at our bracket and what is to come on the Big Ten Network. We've got Wisconsin and Illinois up next. They will get the winner of this one. Purdue, Nebraska, UCLA, Michigan State are nightcaps. We have been treated to some gems of basketball games, Don.
This has been high-level stuff, man.
For Michigan, it's been a while since they've had some games under 80 points this year. Last week against Iowa, where they put up 71-68 victory, but they have not been in a dogfight like this in a while.
No, and again, I've said it a few times that they have to be able to play different styles, the way the game is different in terms of speed, pace, and it looks like if they can execute this baseline out of bounds, they're going to do enough to get this one.
Officials added 0.2 seconds to the clock. So 6.5 seconds remaining. Michigan and Ohio State. The players that are on the floor, those are their free throw shooting percentages.
Going with the football set here.
Cadeau gets it in. Lindeborg is fouled by Devin Royal. Only half a second elapsed. And Lindeborg will go to the line. He's taken 4 shots in the game. He's been to the free throw line 4 times. He is 2 for 4, and John Mobley Jr. feels like he got a shot to the chest.
Well, Bruce Thornton coming back had to take him off the floor with those 4 fouls. Lindeborg makes them both. Game over.
There's one. Big Ten Player of the Year. Ball is in his hands at the moment at the free throw line to make it a 4-point game.
If he misses, and we had this twice yesterday, if he misses, is Michigan fouling? Ohio State's got to go the length of the floor. You would think they would go grab Ohio State so that they, because 6 seconds is more than plenty enough time to get the ball down the court and get a 3-point attempt off. Michigan, just stand there. Why are you even around the ball?
Up ahead, Bynum leans in. No good. Michigan survives the Buckeyes. And they will play tomorrow in the semis.
Let's give Ohio State a lot of credit. They got a big win yesterday. They've gotten themselves in the NCAA tournament. Nobody would have said anything if Michigan had come in here and rolled it, but they played them right down to the wire. Defense was terrific. Game plan was terrific. Controlled the pace of play, which is what you have to do against Michigan. But Michigan's got a lot of talent and a lot of dudes, and they did enough to get this one done.
Lindeborg, the Player of the Year of the conference, had just 6 points in this one, but 4 major free throws at the end, and Michigan heading to the semifinals and trying to win back-to-back titles in the Big Ten Conference. The bracket, as it stands now, we have one moving on. Ohio State and their tournament bids, they are alive. Right now a 9 seed. Going into next week in the NCAA tournament. Up next, we've got Wisconsin and Illinois. The winner of that one has a date with Michigan. Let's go to Rick Pizzo.
Dusty Addae-Mara was huge for you, especially in the second half. We know how much he affects things defensively, but he was also efficient offensively. How much of this win should be credited to his performance?
I thought he came up with some of the biggest loose basketballs in the game. His hands are sticky, and he just stayed with it. He impacted almost every possession.
For a team that has won so many games by wide margins, what are the positives that you can take away from having to grind one out in your first game of the postseason?
Well, obviously, we're going to have to play better as a group, but to stay poised, different guys continue to step up and make big plays. But this is how it's going to be. We're going to have to find different ways to win each and every night.
Usually we do these interviews one-on-one. Now I'm outmanned about 11-1. I think this speaks to what you've talked about all year long about this team's superpower, their chemistry and connectedness.
Correct. Top to bottom, across the board. Our group is connected. You know, these guys, they lay it on the line for each other. They believe in each other. And that's one of the reasons we're so good down the stretch, is because they believe in the other 4 guys on the court. And if they're not in the game, they believe that and trust that the guys on the floor are going to make the plays.
Coach, congratulations. We'll see you for the Saturday semis.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Jeff?
Appreciate you, Rick. Team is online, and look at that. He's like a British security guard, Merez Johnson. Gotta love that. Michigan moving on. They'll take on the winner of Wisconsin and Illinois coming up next. That'll wrap it up for game 1 of our double dip with our crew. More Big Ten basketball comes your way, 25 minutes or so. For Rick Pizzo, Don McClain, and our entire crew, I'm Jeff Levering saying see you in a bit. Send it across the court for Big Ten Live Game Break.
The top-seeded Michigan Wolverines are moving on in the Big Ten Tournament. A time, Mara, 17 points.